Hello, everyone. I am talking to you from the beautiful city of Palermo in Sicily, and I'm here on vacation. And I came here specifically to experience the Good Friday procession and the Easter activities. This is the background is my rooftop, and there's a beautiful cathedral over here, except it's under construction, and so you can't really see it, unfortunately. So, yesterday was Good Friday, and this procession, I thought it might be more like a Passion of the Christ kind of display, but it was more like a funeral procession for the deceased Jesus. It started around 5 o'clock, and I was there for about 2 hours. I think it went till about 9 o'clock at night, but we only stayed for a couple hours. And it convened in the city center. I think these processions were going on all over town, actually all over Sicily and probably all over Italy. But this one convened in a circle area or square called the city center. And there are four streets that intersect the city center. And parts of the parade came from each side or each street. And the procession with the Roman Guard and Jesus and his mother Mary, which were figurines, were not real people, that came from a Catholic cathedral on one of the streets. And you'll see some video that I'm about to share with you. Like I said, it was very culturally immersive and not exactly what I expected, but very, very interesting. And I'll share my reflections at the end. So thanks for joining me and enjoy this interesting Easter experience. Okay, this is the historic city center of Palermo, where four streets parades are supposed to convene as a Good Friday procession. And people are convening, waiting. Dude, these guys are like knights. Man, I don't know what this is. These are the Romans. Okay, this is like the purple hooded guys and more Roman guards. Try getting a selfie with the purple KKK guy. Sorry, I'm being irreverent. Good morning and happy Easter. I'm recording this on Easter morning, and I just wanted to share my reflections of the events of Good Friday. So I've said many times it's not what I expected, and it really is just about immersing yourself in another culture and what they celebrate. And from that standpoint, it was really, really interesting. I'm not one to really focus a lot on the death of Jesus. It's significant that it happened, obviously, but I've always been much more likely to focus on the life of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus, and the trials of Jesus, the time spent in the tomb, and then the amazing resurrection, which represents our ability to rise up from from limitations, from our human construction itself, to rise up to the Christ essence. So, from that standpoint, it was very different for me, but it was also their culture. So here's the thing. I thought it was beautiful. I loved watching people be fully immersed in what they're experiencing. And I really saw that with the pallbearers in particular. I'll mention that in a second. The big takeaway for me is just the whole experience showed me, illustrated for me. I always see things in metaphors, that there are really three different ways that we could go through life. And one is being fully immersed in life and feeling all of it, feeling the suffering, feeling the joys, feeling the hardship, feeling the strain of carrying the burden, feeling the relief of laying down the burden, and feeling, just experiencing all of it, being in it. And that was represented by the people who were actually in the procession. Those pallbearers were really feeling it. I have some still pictures that I took that just showed their faces, and I think I was most moved by them. Just their, they were just in it, and I don't know exactly what it meant for them. I could tell that they felt like this was their experience. And I suspect that afterwards, I mentioned we didn't stay that long. I only stayed a couple hours. Afterwards, I'm sure there's a lot more expression of grief that happened. And these people were really experiencing that. And from that standpoint, they represent the people going through life fully immersed in it, just living all of it. And then there were the observers, like me. I was an observer. And the observers watch what's going on, and the observers critique what's going on. The observers watch all the people, and they're discerning and they're evaluating and not really fully participating in. So that's the second way we can go through life. So there's the active participants, those who are immersed in life, those who are observing life. And then last, there were those who just were oblivious to what was going on, and they were the passersby. And to me, that was those people who were just passing by and not noticing. I'm not being critical of them. They obviously had somewhere to go. They don't have to be immersed in this experience. But to me, metaphorically, they represented us, the parts of us, and those of us who go through life just passing by, not noticing what's happening before them. And we go into each of these three stages. There are times we're immersed, there are times we're observing, and there are times where we're just letting life pass us by or we're passing life by. So that was what I got out of the whole procession in terms of a lesson for life and what it what it meant as a metaphor for life. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm thinking about I'm going to be here another week, touring through Sicily, and I'm going to be thinking about, am I immersing myself? Am I observing what's happening, or am I just a non-participant passerby? And I invite you to watch that in yourself. When are you in each of those three stages? And perhaps it's time to step into the full immersion of life itself, because I think that's ultimately what the Easter story is. Ultimately, it is about rising up to that consciousness where we're fully aware and fully awake to the divine within us and fully aware of all of the beauty and everything that life has to offer us. It is a new you. So it's like giving birth to a new you. The theme I used to stress during Easter when I was leading a church was the statement, I die daily. I die daily. So we need to die to ourselves so that we can become anew. And another theme is, I'm making you a clean heart. So that's another theme that we can take into Easter today and in the coming weeks and months and years. And thanks for joining me on this little journey. I let me know what you think. All right. Arrivederci.